Hi there, welcome to Dave in the Shed. I'm Dave and this is my little corner of the world, also known as the Shed Mahal. Now if you're into DIY, 3D printing and model trains, you've come to the right place. Now fair warning, I do things a little bit differently. I have cerebral palsy, which means sometimes things get a little bit creative around here, but hey, it just makes it more fun. So if you like making, fixing, and maybe even breaking things along the way, stick around. Hit that subscribe button and let's build something awesome together.
Down in the shed where the magic begins, Dave's got his tools, let the fun commence. 3D printing dreams, watch him come alive. With every little gadget, man, he starts to thrive. Blueprints in hand, technology so keen, building up the future like a crafty machine. Model trains rolling on a whimsical track. In this shed of wonder, there's no time to slack. Oh, Dave in the shed where the vibes stay high. Creating with passion, he's reaching for the sky. DIY master in a vibrant samba flow. Hope you enjoyed the video, let's get ready to go. Let's get ready to go.
Oh, well, welcome to Friday. Going to be a short, sweet video. A couple of reasons I'll explain soon. Don't know how you can see that, but currently I haven't got the diesel heater fired up. I don't plan to. A couple of reasons, but according to the diesel heater, it's currently 13 degrees in the shed. It's March. Yesterday we had about 28 degrees, 29 degrees. Today, let's turn the mains off to that. It's 13 degrees and it is about 11:30 in the morning. It is cold, it is miserable, it is snowing in areas around the Central West. Whoa! I haven't done a lot this week because I've been unwell. Another trip to the hospital. I do have to give praise, our new hospital having that CT machine in the emergency department is absolutely fantastic. Now I was suspected of having appendicitis, but they ruled that out pretty quickly and they put me in their magic machine and I've got this, they believe, it's not absolutely conclusive, I've got this other little issue called diverticulitis going on. So I'm on antibiotics and told to rest and I've got to follow it up next week. Now, either the antibiotics will cure it or it's not diverticulitis thingy. Anyway, it's a fat old farts disease apparently. When you get old, get fat and not as mobile, you often can have this diverticulitis. Anyway, this week, in the small time I have spent in the shed, I have got all the lighting to work. All the LED strip lighting is all... I put in controllers and bits and pieces and got it all working, so it is all, the entire section that now has LED strip lighting, because you've looked in previous movies, some sections work, some don't, but the entire section that has the underboard LED remote lighting or auto lighting, now auto lighting works. Done no work on Ryobi shed. Okay, no more work on the Ryobi factory. Nothing. I plan to put a Ryobi sign on it, might be something today. Nothing's been done on the workbench, except one big thing is I disassembled old crane. Old crane's gone. Oh, before I go too far, why I'm not running the heater is I want to pull it down and give it a service, and got the pack here, that the service pack with that's an inline fuel tap. We'll talk about that. I want to put that in because it currently doesn't have a fuel line in tap. So if you disconnect the diesel, I'd like to have a way to turn the diesel tank on and off. So I'm going to put that in, and I've got the service pack here to put in a new glow plug, and it comes with all the gaskets and including the special spanner to remove the glow plugs, which is amazing. A lot of service packs you don't get these days. A lot of things you can't get service packs for, but that's the service pack that allows you then to give I wanted to get it done before I got cold, as in next week. That's why I got the service pack, but no, it'll just have to wait till next week. The weather is going to improve and get a bit warmer, I hope. Anyway, So the service pack, yeah, you get those, fancy that, but you get everything you need to do the service, including the Glow Club, special glow plug spanner, which is this thing here. And there's a few, I'm going to put a better diesel filter in it, a better inline filter, due to what nobody knows what's in the diesel we're buying at the moment, and I'm going to, like I said, put that inline tap in so I can actually turn the tank off, and that's on my plan anyway. As I said, I've poked along and done a few little jobs. We spoke about that I wanted to redo my hardware supply and hardware storage, and I started. Now, part of this system, I did have a bit of an epiphany lying in the hospital bed. The old tool stand's no longer with us. I'm in the process of disassembling that. That is its remains. So when I disassembled the old crane, I have used parts of the old crane, i.e. which is a old road case, which has been flying around here, that years ago it lost its bits and pieces and lost its doors, and anyway, I've had this sitting around because it's a great trolley. So this is the new tool stand. So it's roughly half the old stand and half the new one put together. So I've still got my little carry racks for my lubricants and WD-40 and all that. For some reason that's sitting in the... They're actually, those little carry cases are actually meant to be designed for beers. I made a couple for the son-in-law for Christmas a couple of years ago, and then I made a production line out of bits and pieces, because while we were building them I built 4 or 5. I've got one here that, hey, look at that, that's meant to be... These sell at markets for incredible prices. Somebody said I should be making these and selling them at the markets, but look back at the old videos of when we made them. I think there was a video about it. So that's yeah, and I just tipped the gloves anyway. Still in the process of organising up, but all my tools are now sort of like all sorted out like they were on this new thing. It's a work in progress, which is a good thing, just put along and do something when I'm not super active and doing stuff. But so it's all on wheels and comes out. That's another one of those boxes. I've got spanners and bits and pieces. Oh, and I've got my magnetic tray holders and all my stuff all set out as it was. Once again, it's on wheels and goes back nice and neat under the layout as it should. Now I apologise, I've noticed that I'm using this camera with the wide angle lens, and when you use the wide angle lens sometimes things off in the distance go out of focus. So hopefully we'll see that. So anyway, so I've still got the old, I'm going to pull this apart. I'll probably keep the base, the trolley base, because it's a bit of a good trolley. It might go into something else. Speaking of that, surprise, surprise, years ago when we were moving around heavy stuff and PA stuff, I had a lot of big skateboards, big trolley mover skateboards, like for moving pianos. And I lent them to somebody years ago. They returned them last weekend, lo and behold. They returned. I didn't expect to get them back, and I weren't chasing the person out because I had no need for them, but all my big heavy slidey boards for moving big trolleys were returned to me, and me big lifting trolleys now in the back shed. Me, you know, like free to movers trolley, that type of thing. It's all my gear came back, so that was amazing. I wasn't worried if it didn't come back, but it's nice. But yeah, the bloke turned up and brought it all back to me, apparently. So there you go. Now, I did start during the week, sort of like an hour a day, half an hour a day. I started the big hardware cleanup. So on the workbench, and I'm almost finished it, so now putting things away. I've got things sorted, like this is all hinges and brackets. Oh, I just saw a screw in there. And packets of stuff. They're all to go in the big box. There's a screw in there, shouldn't we? There's split pins. These are chipboard screws. Now these are all McPherson ones, the square drive ones, or Canadian screws. Look at that. So they're can you see it? That's the square drive. So I've sorted them. They're very handy when you're screwing things in and want to just... So I've done that. Now I've split up, like, so I've got then a selection of various wood screws. Look at this, nice compactor. So I've got wood screws. These are the ones that pull in tight, the diggy ones. These are non-diggy ones. You really need a countersink. That screw, they're all wood screws in there. Some really big long ones there. This is all self-tappers, round head screws. Look, done an amazing job here. I don't know why, it was very relaxing, very cathartic, just sitting around sorting out bits and pieces and thinking about how they're going to go with that. It's all round head screws, the odd ring in, but all in there. So sheet metal screws. indifferent again. So here we have all the other associated bits and pieces. So in this box, I've got the cup hooks and the ring hooks and look, all the washers that were there. There is a small selection of screws, because I can take this if I'm doing it somewhere in a big box. So some of the big screws, there's self-tapping metal screws, the round head screws, and all this bottom component is just all nuts and bolts. And oh look, there's a little packet of wall plugs and bits and pieces, but mostly sorted out. This is all the stuff that has to go in the bolt store. So this is all bolts. Oh look, there's a ring-in hose clip. And over this pile, got all the rubbish. Let's go for it. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'll just go and put this hose clip away we just picked up. Let's go down here. Turn the light on. So over here I have got, oh look, hose clips. Hose clips mixed. If you've seen this all ball, but that's like we got the coach bolts, we've got the metal screws in there, we've got roofing screws, we've got a whole bunch of nails. There's like in a box full, another box over there. So down here now is just all the hardware. So this is all hardware. There's a couple of, you know, I'll have to do a final big clean up because there is a few bits and screws, a few bits and pieces, but this will just be all the hardware. And this is all for like bits of metal and bits and pieces for project stuff in there. Over here under the bench, this will probably make no sense. I'm just bulking out the video. So down in here now I have a big tray just with all the bolts and nuts, bearing puller, gear puller, all that is in here. So this is full of bolts and more bolts and nuts, and they're all going to live in there. Yeah, a little bit more to do, but I'm getting there. Look, I'm quite achieved with that achievement. Whoa! That wind. Did you see on Davo yesterday where the crane fell down? That's incredible. I didn't tell me long. So here I've got hardware supplies. So this is all, this is what I call the hardware store. So anywhere that's still in packets or packets, sorted that all out. Next to the Ryobi wall of green, it all makes sense to me. All here. So that's about it. Let's turn this light off in here so it's not all running. Got all that. This is my rubbish pile over here. Just to look at the little gas heater out. Got it out. Storage. Got to give it a dust off before I can put it into use. But that's it. Well, that's it for this week. Don't know how you found this video, but I hope you didn't find it too boring. If you found it boring, leave a comment, say, hey, that's a boring video. Leave me a comment, let me know. Till we meet again next week, we should have an exciting video. Should be able to report that I've finished the great hardware cleanup, the great screw cleanup. I should say I've been out in the shed screwing around all week, but okay. Should have that done. I shall be a little bit better, I hope, and have something exciting. So till then, take care, look after yourself, don't forget, have a go at something different. As I like to say, quoting Henry Ford, if you think you can, and if you think you can't, you're right. I've been Dave in the Shed. It's bloody cold, and I'll talk to you next week. Don't forget, thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe, any comments about anything you've seen, let me know, and we'll talk next week. Let's get out of here. It's not a pleasant day, and I'm not hanging around here because I don't want to. I'll get out of the shed. Go into this wind. Anyway, roll the credits. Talk to you later. Here's the extra bonus video for those people who watched the video to the end. I was just did the exit and walked down the shed, went down the thing, met the postman in the driveway. How's that for? So this is the filter kit, the filters and the extra fuel line and all that I've ordered to do the full service on the diesel heater, so I can put a better inline fuel filter and bits and pieces and all that. And of course, I said I want to put the tap in, so it makes it easier to service. Because at the moment, as I found when I did the pressure pump in, as soon as you take the fuel line off the tank, there's no way to stop the fuel flow. So that to me seems a bit strange. But anyway, once again, rewind to what I said at the end of the last bit, because that applies for this bit. And yeah, this time. Roll the credits, Dave. Roll the credits. We've finished now. We're done. Yep, we're out of here. Bye. Extra video. Back door in the shady area. Currently reads 11 degrees. Don't know if you can see that. 11 degrees in the shade. That's not including the wind chill factor. Ooh, it's cold. They reckon today's going to set records for cold temperature in March. Ooh. Oh, miserable.